Good afternoon and welcome back. It's the Drill Down Show from U.S. Fleet Tracking, and hope your lunch hour, unless of course you're on the West Coast, was fulfilling. If you're on the West Coast, you got a fair amount of the day left. Glad you're with us. The Drill Down Show is a mini version of GPS Tracking Academy based upon one particular feature, and today we unveil maintenance notifications with Rich Davis, your resident know-it-all, literally, about our system. I say that with all respect. And Megan and Brian handling the production of the show. We are thrilled you're with us from wherever around the country. So, before we get to the drill down, let's talk about a few things. You've always got tech support present at the headquarters of U.S. Fleet Tracking, the hours of 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central, Mondays through Fridays, and on Saturdays also, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central. There's your phone number, 405-726-9900. As well, if you want to watch archived versions of everything from the Drill Down Show to GPS Tracking Academy to maybe installation videos and other archived videos to help you maneuver through the system and add value to your usage, go to youtube.com/US Fleet Tracking, as you see. That's youtube.com/US Fleet Tracking. Facebook and Twitter. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Of course, we've got masterminds of the social media world here to help you know what's going on around here, to exchange ideas and experiences with you via the social media mode. And finally, we've got those surveys that are a big help to us. If you have registered, you get surveys. We appreciate a few minutes of your time to let us know what you like, maybe don't like as much, would like added, because we do indeed take customer information seriously, and often edits to our system and other additions to the company have been added via recommendations from our clients.
A lot of reports were added from that.
That's right, that's right. Alrighty, so without further ado, maintenance notifications. You think of things in terms of, say, vehicle maintenance, and we're talking oil changes and maybe transmission checkups. But it's so much more than that. Not only is it that, but our maintenance notification module, you can literally architect in any manner you want the notifications that you want. So Rich, for instance, you're going to give us an example of not only setting one up, but a few of the possibilities that we offer. And to think in real life terms, I've got 2 cars in my family and I can't keep up with when they need service. If you have 5 devices, 50, 100 vehicles that are being tracked, you can set these up either in perpetuity or for a one-time maintenance notification, and you're done.
Exactly. I mean, the other thing that's also great is it's not just vehicles.
Right.
You can put, we have a customer out there that has over 70 devices on generators. And what they do is they also keep track of the hours that it's used, that it will track, because be able to get that alert saying, hey, after 10,000 hours, this needs to have somebody look at it or have the maintenance done. We can alert them to notify them without them having to go over a certain system or just remembering.
Right.
Like you said, you have 2 vehicles and you probably have so many other things to remember with your family and everything else going on. Remembering to do the oil change, you don't want to forget that. So
if you save one service, big time repair job, or better yet, save a piece of equipment from going down permanently, you have paid for your tracking subscription for who knows how many months.
And more, most likely. I mean, there's some of that equipment out there that costs over $100,000.
Sure.
And saving one of those, or just prolonging the life.
No question.
So maybe in 10 years, you don't have to renew or buy new equipment. You can go an extra couple more years because you're able to save that time on getting that maintenance done.
If I had to summarize 2 key usages of U.S. Fleet Tracking's live GPS tracking solution, it's efficiency and peace of mind. And those are 2 that play in a big way where we're talking about maintenance notifications.
Absolutely.
All righty, how about we get a real life example?
So this right here is already logged in. So right when you log into the account, what you'd want to do is you would want to go down to alert notifications, because it's going to be an alert on, alerting you with your maintenance.
So within alert notifications,
That's
we
right.
will, we see there, find maintenance.
So once you click alert notifications, you're going to hit alerts. This is all of your different geofences that are created, but if we scroll down, we're going to see all the different maintenance alerts that we have. So if we come here and you want to hit create, it's going to pull up all your different alerts that you can create, but you want to hit maintenance. Now, the first thing you want to do is name it, so we're just going to call it oil change. Or you know what, let's go Rich's oil change. Because if we just put oil change, that
Sure.
might be a little harder. So now devices, this is where you could do it for, let's do it for all devices, because I want to make sure my entire fleet is always up to date. So you can click all. Now this is where we add recipient, or first you might want to go to contacts. And this is where you can create your contact on who it's going to notify when that warning or that alert pops up. So you're going to
Because you've got no limit if you want to populate it with alerts. It can be, you can send it to 20 different people.
Yep, you have multiple managers and you want to send it to all of the managers, or maybe just you have a maintenance manager and you only want to send it to him. It's whatever you like, or the owner wants to know with the maintenance manager. So you just come here and you're going to hit add recipient, and this is where you select. Let's go down there and hit my name. And this is where I want an email and I want a text message on when an alert happens. And like we were saying, if we want to add another person, we can come here and we could do this person 55555. Scroll down, we want to send an SMS. Now once you select on who you want to get it sent to, you come down here and you go to add condition. This is where you set it up. Do we want it once? Because let's say it's going to be brakes or a warranty. I want to know, maybe you could set it up for a warranty right here after so many miles, after 30,000 miles.
And something that you won't need to repeat.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So, but you know what? Let's do, since we called it oil change, let's go every time. And this is where you can select hours or miles. Hours were really good for equipment, battery operated device if you want to go into that manner. But the main one is miles. So I wanted to warn me at around, let's say, 4,000 miles. But I wanted to actually alert me and tell me, hey, you're about overdue at 5,000 miles.
Okay.
And then what you do is you just hit add. So it's in there now, but see, we could add another condition if we want. Let's say this time we want once, and we want, the 30,000 miles. Let's go warn actually at 25,000. Because that's when I kind of wanted my warning. And then at 30,000.
You want some lead time, because
Yeah.
rarely are you going to go that next hour when you get that initial notification.
That's right. So it says every 4,000 miles, I'll get a warning. 5,000 I'll get the alert at. And then I want once at 25,000 miles, let's say I have my warranty, and I want to be notified before that warranty's up if there's anything else I need to do. So once you've selected everything, I would say briefly go back, just double check it. And if everything looks good, hit save. Give it
So
a
you
moment.
can set multiple warnings,
Yep.
multiple alerts, of course, and the key thing, that green alert modified, you see when it's successful. You don't have to wonder, because if it wasn't entered successfully, if you forgot one or two details, it would show in the corner there and it wouldn't show green.
It'd say an error, it'd be a red box.
Yes.
Just saying error couldn't be created, and you might just need to go in there and double check some things. And then once you do that, if you ever want to find it, let's say you have all these maintenance alerts, you can always come up here and just type in Rich. Well, there's Rich's oil change. So if I want to immediately. Now this is important too, because let's say you're going to go for a weekend, you're going on vacation, and I don't want to get notified if you have a bunch of them. You can go in there and you can just uncheck, well, I don't want it to notify me while I'm on vacation.
So you can temporarily take them out, however, you haven't completely, permanently etched out that.
That's right. You haven't been removed, so I don't have to go back in there and re-add or anything. I just
And
got to
come
go
back
there and
in
check
Monday
mine.
if you choose
Yep.
and recheck them.
That's right.
Okay.
Just come here, hit save.
That's a great point. Because you don't want to set it up all over again if you don't have to, and that way you don't indeed have to.
And then the final thing that also goes well with maintenance alerts is if you go down to device management, you're going to see where it says maintenance. This is where it tells you if it's overdue, your warnings, and what's current.
And they do it in declining order. They in order of importance. The overdues are up top, so you'll see them first and foremost.
Exactly, the ones that you want to get to right away, so you're not having to do a lot of searching.
Right.
You just pull it up to see how your fleet's doing. You know, hopefully they'll all say that, you know, current. But once you start getting these overdues, you can start selecting them, and this is also where you can put in what's the current miles, the current hours. There's your different alerts. See how we put for all vehicles? Tells us right here. There's Rich's test. It's for current. And so this is where you can set it up on what their initial miles are and what they're at.
Okay, and the all vehicles you were just talking about, where was that?
So all vehicles, when I created the alert notifications, and I created it, since I selected all vehicles, instead of going in and selecting an individual one, it's gonna, in here in device maintenance, it's gonna pull up every device on my account.
Pull up status of all of them.
Exactly, because every single one now has an alert. See, if I select on it, see how it says Rich's test, current? Well, because I selected all vehicles, so that's what that is.
Very good. You can get the whole color commentary on the entire fleet, and that's whether the fleet is 2 or 2,000.
Absolutely. I mean, we don't ever want to limit on one or hundreds of thousands of vehicles. We want it so every vehicle or equipment is able to be able to use this function.
Yes, and while you've always got tech support to call if you have any issue, maybe getting started with setting these up. Once you've drilled in a little bit, there will be nothing to it, but don't hesitate to call tech support. Also, though, Rich will show you that blue circled question mark, which is the video tutorial on every prompt along the system.
So if you ever have questions again, like after here, maybe a week goes by and you're like, okay, what was device maintenance? You can always come up here and hit these question marks that bring up the how-to videos that will go over exactly what this is and how to use it as if somebody is right there with you walking you through it.
And we have a question. If you continue to be late, will you continue to get warnings?
So what it is it's going to notify you just that one time. And that's why I always recommend you want an email and a phone number, because if you just have that phone number and you get that text message, and let's say you're real busy and you just kind of ignore
And it kind of leaves your mind.
Exactly. Where an email, it's going to be sitting right there in your email box and waiting to be answered or picked
And
up.
if it's 4 days later, you'll see it, and you're still getting it in decent time frame whereby you can get it done and avoid any damage, possible damage.
That's right.
All righty.
And that's pretty much the device maintenance when it comes down to it. Again, just that overdue warning occurring. One thing I did forget to mention is once you do that oil change, you just want to come in here, and when you select the vehicle, let's say we hit Jesse, we want to update this information just in case.
Oh, sure. Update what your current mileage
yes.
is so it calculates correctly when that warning will
That's
come,
correct.
3,000, 4,000 miles, whatever. Very good. Okay, good point. That is about the only thing you have to edit on out of the process.
Yeah, because I mean, you want to definitely make sure everything's up to date, is what that is.
Sure, sure. So it's accurate, and again, it doesn't have to be just those things you first and foremost think about: oil change or transmission checkup. It can be, you can articulate anything you want. You can do your personal vehicles, and again, as Rich said, it's not only vehicles. Any questions about this? Go to tech support 405-726-9900 between those hours, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays Central Time. And we want to remind you, any of these videos you want to rewatch, again, you've got that blue circle question mark that will populates the entire system. But if you want the whole video, youtube.com/US Fleet Tracking. If you just haven't seen us in too many weeks and want to revisit us, pull one of those up. Facebook, Twitter, we're there and we're active. You can another great means of communication and knowledge building about our company. And remember those surveys. We appreciate that you put in the time very much to let us know what you like, what you might want to see changed or edited, and what else you might want to have as offerings from US Fleet Tracking. For Megan, for Brian, for Edwin on the road today, this is Rich, and I'm Mark, and we appreciate very much your loyalty as US Fleet Tracking customers. We will see you in 2 weeks. with another version of GPS Tracking Academy and the Drill Down Show. Enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow. Have a great weekend.